Persona, prompt, plan. Persona to prompt to plan. How to prompt ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, AI, large language model, LLM, to help you select the top 3 social media platforms for your business based on your marketing personas and the Pew Research reports on social media. In this video, I'm going to show you how to easily convert your personas into a top 3 list of social media platforms that you should focus on based on Pew Research's reports on social media. I will provide you everything that you need, but you have to provide the persona. But I will provide you the prompt and show you how you will then use ChatGPT to generate a ranking and a proposed budget allocation for your social media marketing budget. First, let me give you some background. So what is a persona? In HubSpot, HubSpot defines a persona as a idealized description of your ideal customer. So you think of your customer, you describe them based on demographics, psychometrics, etc. And you create a semi-fictional person based on this market research. So it's based on facts, but you want to describe that particular persona. It's a way to embody a description of your target market segment. And most businesses have multiple personas. And you can generate a listing of the top 3 social media platforms for each one of those personas. But what we're going to do is we're going to do one persona at a time. So personas, for example, basically it's a description of the person that you're trying to target, expressed in a narrative form. So basically it personalizes and embodies market research. Now, personas have demographics. Demographics include features such as age, gender, race, ethnicity, family structure, education level, veteran status, income, etc. Personas can also include psychometrics. Psychometrics are measurements of psychological features of the people in your target segment. What's their personality traits, their attitudes, their behaviors. Now, in this particular video, I'm going to focus on the demographics. So that's why I'm saying in this video, it'll help you select a social media platform. But Pew Research has provided valuable information for the usage of social media platforms in the United States among adults. And what I did was they provide a table, and I extracted this table and put all the data into a spreadsheet, which I will provide for you. And this spreadsheet is valuable for trying to figure out which social media platform to use. Now, you could try to just look at this table and guess, but the problem with this from a mathematical standpoint is that there are 11 different platforms that Pew looked at, and they looked at 23 different variables. So that's a total of 253 values on a spreadsheet, 253. And that's hard for the human brain to process. It's actually not a simple mathematical problem. So just looking at the demographics such as gender, race and ethnicity, age, household income, education, community, party affiliation, their political party affiliation, just looking at those broad demographic features, that is a difficult mathematical problem. So this is a good situation where we can use large language models, artificial intelligence. Now, this doesn't include the psychometrics, which would complicate the problem even further. So basically, the steps that I would propose is, first, create a persona based on market research. And it could be formal academic market research, professional market research, or it could just be, if you're a small business, observations that you've gained from your own personal observations and talking with people. But once you have that persona, then we can use this data to figure out what are the top 3 social media platforms just based on this demographics. But again, remember, it's 11 social media platforms that were looked at by Pew, and looking at 23 demographic variables. It is a 23 by 11 matrix with 253 variables. That is not something that the human brain can easily do with reliability. So this is Pew Research Center, and this is and the question that they ask is percentage of adults who say they have ever used, and they have platforms such as YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. Now, if you're looking at overall, they do have an overall table, which we see YouTube is number 1, 83%, Facebook 68%, Instagram. So top level is not hard. You could just go, okay, let me just use the top 3. But if you're digging down based on male versus female, age groups, there's different social media platforms are good for different one of those specific demographics. Now, in an accompanying article that they provide, you see here, these are their demographic groups. You got age, gender, race and ethnicity, household income, education, community, party affiliation. Now, if you wanted to, you could just say, hey, I only care about age. So then you could do that. But what if you care about age and gender? How do you combine those 2 variables? So just adding 2 demographic variables such as age and gender makes it harder. If you do age, gender, race and ethnicity, that's 3 different factors. Income, education, these are, even having 2 variables, 2 factors makes the mathematical problem very, very complicated. So that's what motivated me to think, hey, you know what? Actually, this is a good thing where a large language model can perform. So what I would say is this: when you create your persona, and for this particular round of figuring out the social media platform, you want to focus on demographics: age, gender, race and ethnicity, household income, education, community. You can include politics. You don't have to include all of them. It could just be age and gender. It could just be age. It could be age, gender, and household income. But what I want you to do is, in your persona, to focus on the demographic variables that are that were researched by Pew, and then that would make the outputs more meaningful. So what I'm going to do is, for an example, I'm actually going to use on businessmodelanalyst.com, they did an analysis of the different personas of Sephora. And this is dated April 2025 by Daniel Pereira. So this is Sephora, and they did a analysis of the different personas. So to make this work, you select one persona and run it through. Now you can repeat with a different persona, but the way artificial intelligence is, AI is, you don't want to put 5 personas, it'll confuse it. So do one persona at a time. Maybe for each, create a new chat for each persona to give it clarity. So the persona that I'm doing here in this particular example are the beauty enthusiast. That is a persona named in this analysis. So let me show you what I did here. So what I'm also going to provide to you is, I'm going to provide to you a Word document with a master prompt that I created. It's 4 pages. I created this process iteratively. And in this master prompt, what it does is you will attach this Excel file that I will give you. So it will take this Excel file, that's one input, it's one attachment, this Excel file. Then you will type in, copy and paste your persona into this master prompt. So in this particular case, what I did was I took I copied the beauty enthusiast and I pasted it into this Word file. So then I copied this whole master prompt and then I put it into ChatGPT, and we'll do it right now. So what you're going to do is this, and the prompt that I'm giving here is it's optimized for ChatGPT. So what you do is you go to ChatGPT, and you can open up a free account. The easiest way to open up an account is to use your Gmail account. So this is an example here of one that I ran earlier. So what I did was I attached the Excel file. Then I copied and pasted this Word file with the persona. So your only job is to insert in the yellow section in the template this persona, but you want to copy the whole persona. Then I pasted it into the prompt. So I only put in one prompt. And here you'll see that is the persona. And then I clicked go, and it took about 1 minute. So what you want to do here is you want to go into ChatGPT and you want to either select auto or thinking, because this is a complex process. Also, to make it, when you're ever doing data, when you're analyzing spreadsheets or analyzing data, you want to tell it to use a Python sandbox. So that's what I did here. I told it to use Python, but that's already built into the prompt. You don't have to worry about it. But I'm just letting you know that I did that to make it really be more accurate. So then after 1 minute of thinking, here's the output. It gives you a table and it shows you here based on the persona of Sephora. You got YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and it ranks them. It ranks them number 1, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. It also gives you the demographics and the reasoning behind it. So I asked it to refer back to persona, explain why that persona, given the Pew Research reports, why is YouTube number 1. Then it also gives you a social media budget allocation. So if you have a marketing budget for social media, it says use 39% YouTube, 31.7% Facebook, 29.3% Instagram, and then it gives you a discussion and some caveats. But keep in mind that these recommendations are based only on demographics. And then personas can also include psychometrics, but it gives you a starting point. But it does make sense. Sephora, okay, so the beauty enthusiast is saying YouTube. YouTube is the number 1 social media platform. Sephora likes to do product demonstrations and tutorials. Facebook also does that, but also Sephora is big into community building, so Facebook makes sense. And then Instagram. Sephora is very visual, and so Instagram provides that. So this actually does make sense. But let me show you, so that's one that I went through, but let me show you at least how to start to put in the prompt. So you want to create a new prompt. So I set it for auto or thinking. And then here's the master prompt. So my first step is in the yellow box. You want to copy and paste and put in your persona. Just copy the whole master prompt. And you put that in there. So once you've copied your master prompt, including your persona for your business, and you paste it into the prompt box, what you want to do next is you want to attach the Excel file, which I'm going to give to you. And the name of the Excel file is Pew Social Media. And don't change the name of the prompt, because actually don't change the name of the Excel file, because it actually is looking for that specific name. So then you want to drag it in there, give it a second, and it's attached. So basically it has 2 inputs. It has the Excel file, which you've attached, and it has this master prompt, everything that you need. And then you're going to click this up arrow. And as you can see here, it's thinking. And you can, you can do something else. You can open up another browser and do something else. You can go get coffee. Give it about a minute, and it starts showing you its thought process. It's going to go step by step. And in the prompt box, as long as you have this little square here inside of the gray circle, that means it's still thinking. It's giving you analyzing. So don't mess with it. Just leave it alone. So after about a minute, ChatGPT gives us the output. And you can tell that it's done because the prompt box is ready for a new input. And then you have a different icon in the lower right. It's a circle with a waveform in it. So it's thought for over a minute. And so again, it's showing us the table as I instructed. The top 3 social media platforms, the reasoning behind it, referring back to your social, the persona that you provided, the budget allocation, a discussion of it. And so if you have multiple personas, in the case of Sephora, I would recommend actually opening up a new chat. And the way to do that is click this little icon on the left side, left bar, create a new chat, and repeat the process. Simply put in the new persona into the yellow box in the template, and then paste it into the master prompt, attach the Excel file, and run that through. Then afterwards, look at it, see if it makes sense. Knowing that this is only including demographic information, the demographics that you provided using the demographics that you provided using the matrix coming from Pew Research Reports results, but it doesn't include psychometrics. So that's where you have to do. That's where the human intelligence comes in.